ARR. All right. Jira. The great of ARR, right? You guys, I think you already did that. Anyway, we'll do our business. All right. Yes, I remind us how we can get ARR. We are tired. All right. Let's proceed. Be clear. And go into ARR. And then the ARR, I would say, is accounting rate of return. So let's have this. Those. All right. So like this. He said ARR, that's accounting rate of return, is the percentage rate, is the percentage rate, is the percentage rate. We did that. Great. All right. Anyway. So what do we learn from what we did in terms of the procedure itself? You were quick to stop me. Now I'm back at you. Ngoma last weekend this year, right? Paper here. Oh, fine, that's fine. All right, yes, this one. The formula itself. How do we go about it? Mom, you were not there. Yes, bro. Accounting rate of return. So if you look at the average annual profit
Plus average investment.
plus average investment. So what I said was you need to understand how much is the profit over the year, and then at the same time how much is the capital. Looking at the capital at the beginning and the capital at the end. So quickly, I have an example of that. Then later on, we go to something different. You there, right? So you write this way: XYZ company, XYZ company, XYZ company is looking to invest. Yes, XYZ company is looking to invest. XYZ company is looking to invest in some machinery to replace its current manufacturing one. XYZ is looking to invest in some new machinery to replace its current manufacturing one. The new machine, which costs 450,000, the new machine, which costs 450,000, would increase annual revenue, would increase annual revenue, would increase annual revenue by 200,000, by 20,000. and annual expense, or annual expenses and annual expenses by 50,000, and annual expenses by 50,000, annual expenses by 50,000. Also, the machine is estimated to have a useful life of 12 years. To have a useful life of 12 years. A useful life of 12 years and zero salvage value. And zero salvage value. And zero salvage value. Calculate ARR. Calculate ARR. Oh, you do what? Can you do that first?
It's like in.
Alright. Yes. Alright, now the math.
Okay. First rate. We have to calculate the session. So our costs, total cost was 420,000. That's cost of the machine. So to find the depreciation, supposed to divide this with number of years, which is 12 years. You can calculate that.
What did you say depreciation is? Those days, regular student, you recall? Loss in value. Why? Or the result of what? As a result of use or usage of the asset. Yes. That's depreciation.
Yeah, this is depreciation. So, depreciation will add total expenses. Total expenses, which is 50. And total expense, which is 50. So, 50 plus 35.
Right here, annual expenses. Equal to.
What?
You should write exactly as you wrote in there, so that those who are just copying over, they are not following, they will be able to follow. Make it easy.
We are finding depreciation here.
So we don't mark data.
Yes, but those one.
What's your idea? Too small. Yeah, so.
So annual expense. So, so after we have find the total expenses, we have to calculate average annual profit. Average annual profit average annual profit So our average annual profit is 20,000. We have to subtract total expense, this one. So from there, that's when we calculate our ARR. So the formula for ARR So here, our average annual investments, the one we just found, 1115. Annual investment is the cost of machinery, which is for the 420,000. So to find the net, we have to multiply with 100.
This supposed to be 120,000. What you get?
So this is our ARR.
All right. So, thank you so much for the effort. If radio students were ahead of us, at least one of them that this would have done. Oh. All right. So much of the tasks that we need to do as well as far as AR is concerned is just to know how best we calculate annual investment as well as average the total profit and average year. So most of the time I did say if we are making an investment in a machine or in any asset, first of all we need to know how best we calculate depreciation. So once we calculate depreciation, we add the depreciation to the expenses that have already been given so that we find the profitability. So now we go into our next technique, and that's the payback period. Payback period. So we talk of payback period. So under payback period, what we're focusing on is we need to understand how they get but it's your first time, right? Yeah. All right. Under payback period, what we need to know is we should be able to select a project based on how fast or how early it pays back as the amount that you have invested. So as we said last time, say we'll be looking at projects that cannot be done concurrently, so that we need to get just a single project among the given projects. So definitely we'll get the project that gives us the amount that we have invested earlier than that. For example, let's say we have two projects, and these two projects they are costing probably the same amount. Let's say 10 million each. And you find that in one project we are able to get the 10 million that we have invested probably within a space of 3 years. Why that? Within a space of 5 years. Then definitely we need to get what? The one that gives back the 10,000 within the space of 3 years. So the area, the project pays you back what you have invested. The choice we make for an investment. Have you got what I've said? Have you heard what I've said? Ooh. Have you heard? What have you heard?
You said that we invest in something and the returns of one project can come by in 2 years and the other will come back maybe in 3 years. So we would like the one that brings back the returns that
All right, let me repeat. Can I try to speak in Chichewa? Huh? I'm not good at Chichewa. Okay, what I'm saying, then I want to under payback period, let's take for the project Saudi. Also, we got capital, you fanana. So, Timor is my project Saudi. That was self na 10 million. Immediately ways and deed if we are to count by years. David is very amount many Tapanga invest in Mwachang than the other, the better decide. Have you gotten something? Mom, why should you understand in the first place? I was fast. All right. Okay. But that's all right. So what we looking at is like this. Let's take, as we have said, let's take a project that is probably with 10 meter or 10 million. So, and we would like to know what is payback period. So, its payback period is like, when does this project that is costing this amount gives back this amount? So, it's like you prepare mandazi or whatever, you put 50,000, then how many times you prepare those mandazi and sell, in what slot does it give back what you have invested? So a good example, let's take every year it gives you what? It gives you 2 million. Definitely, by the 5th year, we'll have what? 10 million, right? That means our payback period for this project is what? Is 5 years. So we may do this if the project, if the project gives us even returns. That is like every year 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, just like that. But sometimes you may not have what? You may have uneven returns. Realistic, at times you have 2 million, at times you have probably 500,000, all this kind of stuff. So we should be able to know, to say, let's say if the project is giving us even retained, how we calculate payback period, and if the project is giving us uneven returns, how we calculate payback period. But the understanding behind is just the same. How long does it take for what we have invested in to be produced? We have understood that. Now let's try to write something. All right, there you write. Payback period, payback period, payback period, payback period in capital budgeting. Payback period in capital budgeting. Refers, payback period in capital budgeting refers to the time required to recoup. The time required to recoup or say recover. To recoup or recover the funds expended, to 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 recover the funds expended in an investment. In an investment. In an investment. Or to reach the break-even point. 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 Any idea what break-even point is? Yes, my brother there. Break-even point. What does it mean? Sorry? You get what? Halfway.
Demand and supply.
In other areas, yes?
The time when the business has to
Sorry?
Behind.
Yes, halfway. So
It's time in which the total costs are equal.
income. Exactly. So it's like you're on a point where you are not making profit, neither are you making what? A loss. So if you see here, like in this case, as I said, 10 million, let's take every year you're getting 2 million, 2 million. That means if you reach in the 5th year, at this point, this is our break-even point, where you haven't made any profit, neither have you made what? Any loss. But remember, the time we are here, you are on the loss side, and the time above this this break-even point, going the other side, you're making profits. All right, let's proceed. For example, what do you listen to my It's annoying, no? I don't know. So if I do that, please just tell James, try to control. That's too much. All right, so I say, for example, a $1,000 investment, for example, a $1,000 investment, for example, a $1,000 investment, a $1,000 investment, a $1,000 investment made at the start of year one, 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 which retained $500, which retained $500, which retained $500, which retained $500, which retained $500 at the end of year one and year two, respectively. At the end of year one and year two, respectively. At the end of year one and year two, respectively. At the end of year one and year two, respectively. We have a 2-year payback period. We have a 2-year payback period. We have a 2-year payback period. Are we there? So that means they have to invest what? 1,000. In year one, they have $500. Year two, $500. That means the 1,000 has been what? Has been recovered. I do believe you have understood the concept behind it, right? We go to formula. Formula for payback period. And on the formula there, you write this. The formula to calculate payback period, the formula to calculate payback period, the formula to calculate payback period, the formula to calculate payback period over an investment, the formula to calculate payback period over an investment depends on whether, depends on whether the period on whether depends on whether the periodic cash flows depends on whether the periodic cash flows depending on whether the cash flows, depending on whether the cash flows, whether the cash flows from the project are even or uneven. Sorry for that. Whether the periodic cash flows from the project are even or uneven. So let's say they are even. How do we calculate? How do we think if they are even? How do we have to calculate that? So you say, yeah, they're right. So you say, even cash flows. And the payback period will be the initial investment net cash flow per period. Initial investment divided by cash flow, net cash flow per period. Net cash flow per period. A good example, let's just try to have the examples that we had just recently. If you look at the first example I gave, like 10 million investment, initial investment, right? And we say, let's take every year or periodically, we receive what? 2 million, right? So that means it will be what? 10 million divided by what? 2 million, you get 5 years. Not so? Likewise, the one that you just had here, they're saying an initial an investment of $1,000, which produced what? 500 in the respective years, right? So it's 1,000 divided by what? 500. And you get how much? How many years? 2. That's tough. All right, we go to uneven cash flows. So now try to understand, say, how best we understand the payback period for a project that gives what? An EV cash flows. Just a moment. So there, you write payback period. Payback period is given as A plus B over C. A plus B over C. We are there, right? So A plus B over C. And you proceed where A, you write where A is the last period, where A is the last period. Ngoma, did you solve anything under payback period?
No.
Alright. So say where A is the last period number. A is the last period number. A is the last period number with a negative cumulative cash flow. With a negative cumulative cash flow. Negative cumulative cash flow. We are there, right? And B is the absolute value. B is the absolute value. B is the absolute value. You put in brackets value without negative sign. Value without negative sign, you close bracket. Value without negative sign, you close bracket. We there, right? Is absolute value, you put in bracket. Value without negative sign, you close bracket. Of cumulative net cash flow, 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 of cumulative net cash flow at the end of the period A. 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 C is the total cash inflow. C is the total cash inflow. Is the total cash inflow during the period following A. During the period following A. I'm not sure, but there, when we have an example that would demand us to use the this formula, remind me so that we come back to this formula. There is some kind of a crash somewhere, so I think we can understand that better when we have a problem to solve. All right, let's have an example. The first example should be a simple one. I'd like to have that from you. You solve by yourself. All right, example one. All right, example one. Company C is planning. Company C is planning to undertake a project. Company C is planning to undertake a project. Company C is planning to undertake a project. Company C is planning to undertake a project requiring initial investment of 105 million. Requiring an initial investment. Company C is planning to undertake a project requiring initial investment of 105 million. It's like this, right? 105 million. Full stop. The company project, the company, sorry, should be the project is expected to generate. The project is expected to generate. The project is expected to generate $25 million. $25 million. $25 million. $25 million per year. $25 million per year in net cash flows. 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 I would say net cash flows for 7 years, right? In net cash flows for 7 years, full stop. Calculate the payback period of the project. Calculate the payback period of the project. Calculate the payback period of the project. We there? Can we try to do it? Maybe just a volunteer. We had this exam, we are all attempting for the first time, right? Do we think of anything? This is that. Do you think of anything? What's the payback period for that? Yes? Any volunteer should help us before we make a mistake. Yes, I am. You have a guess? Panji. You have a guess? Sorry?
105 million divided by 5 million.
Exactly. That's how we do it. So it's nothing but we said initial investment divided by net cash flow, right? So initial investment divided by net cash flow per period, or periodic net cash flow per period. So which is the same as 105 million divided by 25 million. So 105 divided by 25, what do you get? 4.2. This is 4.2 years. So that means the payback period, if we follow this, that means the project will pay back the 105 million in a period of what? 4 years and 2 months. We there. What does net cumulative mean? What does the word cumulative mean? Any idea? What's your name, buddy? Sorry? Korea. All right. What does the word cumulative mean? You've done statistics, right? You have done statistics? Yes. Have you done statistics before? Oh. That's where you have that way. All right, let's have this. So this example, as we are solving, let's try to go back and reflect on the formula. Because now we're trying to, if you look at this example, that means we have what? Even cash flows. Now we'll try to look at an example where the cash flows are uneven, or you have different cash flows over a period. Let's have this example. You there, right? So you like the investor of the longer is planning. Do you are we on social media? So there was an advert, I saw an advert on Times 360 of this university. Anyone else saw that? You saw it? Anyone again? You saw it? Did you go through the comment?
Yes.
What was that? What was the meaning of that? So I was just interested the way people were commenting. Okay, no, that's another story. So we are saying the investor of Vilongo is planning to undertake a project. The investor of Vilongo is planning to undertake a project requiring initial investment. Is planning to undertake a project is planning to undertake the project requiring initial investment of 50 million, requiring initial investment of 50 million, requiring initial investment of 50 million, requiring initial investment of 50 million. We're there. And it is expected to generate, and is expected to generate, and is expected to generate 10 million net cash flow in year one, 10 million net cash flow in year one, generate 10 million net cash flow in year one, comma, 13 million in year two, 13 million in year two, 13 million in year two, 16 million in year three, 16 million in year three, 16 million in year three. Bro, you better come close. Okay? Let's be close here. Alright. I'll say 16 million in year three, 19 million in year four, 19 million in year four, and 22 million in year five, and 22 million in year five. Calculate the payback. Calculate the payback. Calculate the payback period. We there? Then idea, I asked you, say what's cumulative? All right, so let's do this. Here, if you look at the amount of returns or the amount made over the years, they are different, right? So all we need to do is we'll use that formula where we say payback period is A plus what? B over C. So I said, with whatever we have written in that formula as interpretation to these RSS, we'll revise as we will be solving this. So I'll solve this problem, then I'll give a task that we do in passing. What is cumulative? Once again, it's harder. Adding up, right? Something like that. So what you do is, we do like this, solution. So we have year, then you have cash flows. So if you look at our problem there, had almost 5 years. Then we have annual cash flow, cumulative cash flow. Annual cash flow. Then we have cumulative cash flow. So we have like from year 1 to year 5. We're there, right? We are together, right? Are we there? So just repeat. That's initial 1, 2, 3, 4, 2025. So here, what we are saying is that they made an investment of what? 50 million, right? So 50 million is being released. Is being released so that we make an investment. Now, in year 2, we made a profit of what? What were the takes? I mean, year 1? 10 million, right? So that means we produced 10 million. This is our annual cash flow in year 1. So the fact that we paid this to have the investment, then we have just paid what? 10 million, right? That means we're remaining with what? 40 million. It's in bracket, it's still in the negative side, right? 40 million. Second year we had what? 13 million, right?
Yes.
13 million. That means there we're remaining with what? This plus this, you get what? Yes. Let me start. Okay, what we're saying is, here we're saying cumulative. We are adding, right? So it's this plus this, we got this. Not so.
50 plus 10.
At first,
It's supposed to be less.
it's negative.
Now you're back to senses, right? I asked you what is cumulative? It's parity, is it? So in this case, we are adding nothing but we are adding these amounts, right? We started with 50, which was given out. Now we have what? 10. So 10 million plus minus 50 million. We have this, right? Now we're getting this plus minus 40 million. We're getting that, right? 2 months. Okay, so we have 27, right? 27 million. We're there, right? We go to year 3, we go to what? 16, right? Are we there? 16 million. Sorry? I said 18. There was 30, I mean 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. You're there, right? So here we have 16. So 16, you add up to this, you get what? 11, right? Is it still negative or positive? Negative. What about 4th year? 19, right? So 19 plus this, you get what? You get 30? No. 19 is positive. This is negative. If you add this, you still get 30? You get what? You get it? 8 million, right? So if you are there, get 8 million, which is now what? This is positive. And this is the figure that we have said is what? An absolute figure. A figure without what? Without negative. Whereas in this year, we got what? 22. So with that, you get what? 30 million, right? Are we there? We are there, right? So now we go for payback period. So that means our payback period has to be what? What is our A? Let's go to where we wrote A. What is our A? What did we say?
It's the last period number of the negative cash flow.
Is it the last period number with negative cash,
Negative cash flow.
negative cumulative cash flow? Last number of negative cumulative cash flow. So which year? This year? 11 million. So it's what? I see yes.
Yes.
I see yes. Can we read again? What is A?
It's the last period number with the negative cash flow.
Which is what? You are reading it, but I don't think you are getting what it means. Go again, please.
It is the last period number with the negative cash flow.
So which is the last period number with a negative cumulative cash flow?
60.
This one? No. Okay. I see that. This is read and tell me what you understand. You get the same? Mom? Eh? Aye. 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 I serious. I didn't. It's the last period number with negative what? So it's this one. So it's 3 plus. Are we there?
Yeah.
What's B? What's B? No, you face I should understand. So that means it's the value now, it's not the period, right?
Yeah.
That is 8 what? 8 million. Okay? What about C? Total? Total cash flow during the period following? Total cash flow. What does that mean? 27 million, right? Where is it? We are saying total. Can you read what is say again?
Total cash flow.
Total cash flow following A. What was cash flow in year 1? 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is the period following A?
19.
Exactly. So this is A. So the period following A is period 4, right? And what was the total cash flow A? So here you have 19 million. Too much. So we have 3 plus what? This into this, you get what? You can divide 8 divided by 9, 19 rather. 8 divided by 19, you get what? 8 divided by 19, 0.421. We can just put 0.4, right? That means it's 3 plus what? I mean 3, this plus this? 3.4. So the payback period is where it is paid within 3 years, 4 months. So you can even see here. Here, you may find that we started having the profits within period what? 4, right? It's this one. That means this period, this profit started trickling in the third year because we did not fully complete what? Year 4. Any problem? Was it tough? Not really. All right, let's have you write decision rule. Decision rule. Okay, under the decision rule, you write this. The longer the payback period, the longer the payback period of the project. Yes, but the longer the payback period, of the project, the higher the risk. The higher the risk. The higher the risk. We'll stop there. Between mutually exclusive projects, mutually exclusive projects, having similar return, between mutually exclusive projects having similar return, the decision should be to invest. The decision should be to invest in the project having the shortest payback period. So if you look at that, I already talked about that. Having the shortest payback period. So in my introduction, I did say that already, right? All right, let's look at advantages of payback period. Advantages of payback period. Under the advantages of payback period, number 1, it is easy to calculate. We have seen it. Is it tough? Do you find it tough? Of the 3 techniques that we have looked so far, which one is tougher? I mean, we looked at net present value, ARR, and now. ARR is tough. How? That's straightforward. All right, number 2. It can be a measure of risk inherent. It can be a measure of risk inherent in a project? Inherent. I-N. Inherit. Yes. Inherit, not inherit, inherent. I-N-H-E-R-E-A-T. Inherent. You know what it means? Zoya means something. Zoya. Zoya. Inherent. Okay, for example, right? You may find that probably the way I behave might correspond with how my parents behave, right? So I have inherent features of my parents. Not inherit taking over. We're there, right? Are we there? So what it means is just what we wrote in the definition there. To say, if you find that if the project takes longer, you will find that it will encounter many risks, right? Because it takes a longer period of time. So you'll be able to measure the risk if you are to, the inherent risk if you are to use what? Payback period. Are we there? The last one, they say, for companies facing liquidity problem, for companies facing liquidity problems, for companies facing liquidity problems, for companies facing liquidity problems, column, it provides a good ranking. It provides a good ranking for companies facing liquidity problems, facing liquidity problems, facing liquidity problems. It provides a good ranking of projects that will retain money area or area. It provides a good ranking. It provides a good ranking of projects that will retain money area. Are we there, right? Are we there? Can you explain that? What are really the problems? Energy, liquidity. Huh? Yes, exactly. So when you say, let me start by this. When you say the business is liquid, that means the business is having cash, like cash as we know cash, right? So if they're saying the business is having liquidity problems, just as you're saying, that means it does not have money. So in this case, if the business has money issues, definitely it has. If it's to select projects, it has to use this so that it gets the project that pays what area than that. Because they might focus on other projects that probably will pay back over a period of time, right? Namely, this liquidity problem will persist over a period of time. So they need to choose a project that gives money as soon as possible. Disadvantages. With the right? This one also, I think you should be able to explain to me. Payback period does not take into account. Payback period does not take into account. Payback period does not take into account the time value of money. Payback period does not take into account the time value of money. Payback period does not take into account the time value of money. With time value of money. You explain this. Time value of money, which is a serious drawback. Since it can lead to wrong decision whom I have mixed. Paper period does not take into account the time value of money. Does not take into account time value of money. Does not take into account the time value of money, which is a serious drawback. Which is a serious drawback, since it can lead to wrong decisions or wrong decision. Do you understand that? Somehow, theory, which can lead to wrong decision making, or which can lead to making wrong decisions. How do you understand that? You remember when I introduced net present value? And the net present value, I did say we focus on the time value of money. And we did discuss about that. What's the value of money? Sorry? Yes, money depreciates with time. So we say a dollar today is worth more in dollar tomorrow, right? So that's why we're using discounting factor. But if you look here, with our predictions, we just add up the values and say, by this time, the project pays us back. So we say it pays us back when we're actually just getting what we invested, right? So it's like we say, we're going to get 10 million. The moment we get that 10 million, then we can come at the and that project is paid. So it's like 10 million today, we're just, remember that the value of the 10 million that we get in the future might not be equivalent to this amount that we're investing. So as a result, we will make a decision over a project that's good. Do you get what I mean? Yes. In this case, for example, we are saying there we get the 50 million after 2 years, right? So the plan is only 50 million year today, the 50 million year after 3 years, 4 months. So far, is that true in reality? It's not. That's why we say it's on the disadvantage side. Panji, you get it? All right, we go to the last one. And then the last one, they say it does not take into account. It does not take into account. It does not take into account the cash flows that occur. It does not take into account the cash flows that occur after the paper period. First of all, after the paper period. First of all. We're there, right? All right, let's try to have example. Let me say example where we need to solve this by ourselves. All right, you write this. Unreal company. Unreal company. Yeah, that's why I think I muda mainagi atamu jana baba. You don't know Unreal design. You haven't said this. You don't know this? Whatever other side. So you like Unreal company. Unreal company has two projects. Has two projects. So it has two, not projects, has two project options. Has two project options. Yeah, there. Full stop there. The initial investment in both projects, the initial investment in both projects, the initial investment in both projects, is 10,000 kwacha. Is 10,000 kwacha. We there, right? It's 10,000 kwacha. Project A, thank you. We are there, right? So project A has an even inflows. Project A has an even cash flows of, so here you put 1 million, not 10,000, right? That should be 1 million. On both cost 1 million, right? Sorry for that. Has cash flows of 100,000 every year. 100,000 every year. B, project B has an even cash flows as follows. Has an even cash flows as follows. So we have like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4. And in these years, they have the following cash flows like 200,000, 300,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, and 100,000. $100,000. Calculate feedback period. Thank you. Is it time? this is here. 4. Sorry? Need sense and sorry? Next week. So next week we are meeting. Friday. This agreed. I work here part time, 7 for month. I work here part time. So when can we meet? Since Friday is it's a holiday. Wednesday. Sorry?
Yes.
Wednesday.
Thursday, it has to be Thursday.
Monday, Thursday, right?
What time?
Sure.
The one, 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Please, give an assignment. Remind me on when. Yes. So that they can be marked. Yes. So they do. So we. Money, no. No money, right? Results. morning. Read that. What is it?
Based on the calculation, project A pays out after 5 years. Project B pays out 3 years. So, and the exact amount for the project B.
Project A pays in what?
In 5 years.
5 days. Again, the same, the same. It will be 10. 10 million over what? 100,000. What did you divide? Ah. Project B. 2.9. What is Project B, what is it? 3 years. 2.3. The rest? Sister, what have you got? 3 years. They are solved here. We have 3 minutes. What can demonstrate the way they are done? Who would demonstrate that? You could? Yes, you may come and demonstrate. So Thursday at 8 o'clock, we are meeting. Some members of this, I was here for you. Good. You like also in this?
No, this one.
I was here for you.
So, we have and the question. We have, and argument, and communication. This was 1 million. So from here, my A was 2. B was 100 because it's the first positive. And C was 100. So this is divided by this is 0.25 plus 2. That's 2.25. 2.3.
Good, this is
What? This one? This one? This plus this.
I thought 100,000, that's how I make it.
Yeah, I know.
I never make it. Yes.
What?
Because it's the
Because
first one.
100,000 is not going to look at it. Because remember it is still negative.
yeah. Yes. Now it's adding 500,000 minus 500,000 plus 400. It will be minus 100.
So this is
Yes.
then here will be 0.
Zero.
So we have a perfect paper P, right? Like 3 years.
So here it's what? 3.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. 3 that means straight 3 years. Sister, did you follow? Alright. Otherwise, thank you so much for the day. Enjoy your day. See you next week Thursday, right? Yes. Jessica, please remind me, right?
Yeah.